G'day! In today's video, I'm going to show you how to clean off malware off an Oppo phone. This particular one is an Oppo 5X, which is a fairly base model one. And this one here is reasonably riddled with malware. Now, I'll show you a first couple of steps and then I'll get a bit deeper. So to begin with, what I want to do is get back into the default Oppo launcher. And how we're going to do that is by going into settings. So the launcher is a general appearance of it. Where I've seen plenty of launchers, this one's kind of got like the Weather launcher on there. It makes the phone look different to what it should be, or what you're probably used to. So we're going to first change it back to the original one. We should be able to go into settings and then apps. So I scrolled down from the top, I clicked on the cog, and then I went to apps. And we want to go to default apps. And in default apps, we have default programs for various things. Browser, Call ID, Digital Assistant, Home App. Home App, aka the launcher, is not what it should be. As well as, I think Messages is different on this one. So if I go here, we have hashtag Messages, Weather Launcher, and System Launcher. I want to change it back to the System Launcher before I do anything. When you have a different launcher, they do different tasks, they look differently, but the biggest thing I see in the malware scheme of things is a lot of them just bring in ads and they constantly play over and over. So changing it back to the default launcher to System Launcher or System Home will then at least make the phone slightly more usable. So settings, apps, default apps, make sure you're on System Launcher here. And under SMS, what are we on? We're on the standard Google one. If we were on one of these ones at the hashtag, I'd be changing it back to standard Messages. If I have a look in phone, we're on phone. Everything else there to me is just fine. Now to begin with, what I usually like to do is just to give it a physical cleanup. We go to app or manual cleanup. If I go here and just type in, there's usually 3 terms that I come across. Recover is one. So we've got all these crap programs under recover. So if we go to recover and just go through this list here, tap on it, go uninstall, and just loop. Then we just need to repeat that. You might have to constantly battle the phone. If it constantly brings up ads, we're gonna have to open it up, close it, and then go back into settings, and then resume from there. So typically I'll go through the ones that we can tell that are obviously malware. Typically the ones that are showing up all in here. So we've got Photo Restore Plus, Photo Recovery, Cleaner. All these usually I would put into the crap pile. So it takes a little bit of prior knowledge to be able to get rid of these ones to begin with. But once we've cleared it out, the phone itself, the more you remove, the faster the phone will be, because the less stuff it's trying to do in the background. Also, like even just here, how I've got these hashtag messenger, they're crap. I'll uninstall those as well. Pretty much anything that you remove or anything that's embedded in the phone from Oppo, you shouldn't be able to remove it. So if I go Android Accessibility Suite, I've got force stop and disable. I don't have remove. Anything that's fully integrated into the phone, you can't really remove. Even stuff like this, by the default it had booking.com there. I don't really want that. I don't need it. So we can go uninstall. Usually I'd rather be overcautious and remove stuff that doesn't need to be there. So for example, for Cleaner, I'm not sure if that's an Oppo one. No. So that one we can remove. Basically that's the other key one as well. If we have the keywords of booster, cleaner, remover, recovery, they're the common terms that I see, and weather. So if I type in boost, if I can spell it right, no, I've got nothing. If I type in weather, my typing is terrible. I've got these two, Weather Now Launcher. That one I knew is dodgy because it's coming up as a default home. If I go weather here, that says disable. So that one is an embedded weather app from Oppo. If it doesn't have the uninstall button, usually it's probably embedded by the manufacturer. I haven't come across too many that are embedded like that are malware. Now, what else have we got? Booster, cleaner, still got another phone cleaner, recovery. So it's a lot of going in and manually removing it. On the Samsung phones, this is a bit easier, as you can go by in last used, and typically the ones that are generating the ads are the last ones that are used. File managers are another one that comes up. File. So we've got my files, files and files. Files by Google, I'm assuming is it. That one there doesn't have any buttons at all, so that one's legit. If I go files by Google, I've got disable, it's legitimate. My files also got disable, so probably legitimate. Sadly, a lot of it's making a trained eye going over it. I don't have one simple fix that says get rid of all. If I go here, Meteored, that one looks, Dan's got the uninstall button. I'm gonna go on over offensive and just remove it. Scrolling down, we still have Photo Restore Plus. There's still a whole bunch of them. Another good tip to make sure that you have fully cleared them as well is typically they're always playing ads up in the notification bar here. Now I've got no notifications. That last one cleared off the other icons up the top here. Another program that I do tend to use as well, if I go to Play Store, I'll just try and find it first. If I type in data usage, there's one particular program I've come across that seems to do a fairly good job. Where are we? I'll just go off camera and find that one. Actually, I reckon it might be this one. Just 1 second. Bingo. This is the one I recommend by AZ Soft Technology. I'm going to go install on that. And this particular one, what it does is it shows, basically if you have an ad that pops up and flicks away, this program is able to record that and tell you which program it was that opened up and then closed. So I find it very useful. So we'll just go through the initial setup process. We do have to grant a few settings. So we go, I agree, allow. So we go app usage. Under usage access, we want to go permit. Basically that lets this program look behind the scenes of the phone. Allow. I'll allow it to do notifications and I'll allow it to run in the background. But we're going to remove it once we're finished with this anyway. So now we go build list. So I find if you have pop-up ads that are constantly opening and then closing, then I find with that we can easily track it and then remove it. So if we go here, if I go I think up to here and go to daily usage, we can see if I scroll through, at 9:16 I've got app usage open, permission controller, which is when we allowed it. We got the app opened up, where I downloaded it from Google Play. So all these, basically if we go through the list here and back up a bit, I wonder if we'll see any of the malware on there from today. I'd say not, just because I've already removed it. But let's say, for example, I'll use this one as an example. Where are we? Let's say the ad popped up, it shows up at the very top here. I'll tap on here. From here, in the list down below, I should be able to go to uninstall and that will remove it. So let's say I've just had the screen flick on, flick off, an ad come up. So I've got there, screen on, locked, screen on, unlocked, and then app usage. Let's say an ad just popped up and I had to manually get back into the app program. So let's say this one's an ad, it popped up. Then I go back into app usage. See how I've got now Google Chrome here? Let's say that was the ad that just popped up. Should be able to tap on here, scroll down and go uninstall, and then that will remove it off the phone. I find leaving this for a bit just on this screen, because if you constantly get bombarded with ads, every time you go back in here, there'll be another one, and you'll get the pattern of app usage, the malware, and then app usage, and it will just keep cycling. So you should be able to see the pattern of the programs that you want to remove. You should be able to tap on it, go there, go uninstall, and hopefully clear up enough that you get the phone usable once more. Like for example, I don't know what device tree is on there, I don't need that. as I said, I go with the overextension of if it's something you're not sure of, you can probably remove it, because if it's a legitimate program, you'll be able to get it back if you do require it from the Play Store. So simply that kind of mindset about cleaning up your phone will definitely help. Another one that I like to do as well, where quite a lot of ads come through, is in Google Chrome notifications. So if I load up Google Chrome now, go to the three dots, I'm going to go into settings. I'll just turn it away for a second. I'm not sure if any personal information will come up. No, not signed in. We go into settings and then we scroll down to notifications. Typically, I like to turn this off on people that are heavily affected by malware, because there's so many pop-ups that come up through the notifications, which then show up here, and all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of stuff. Might be advertising websites, it might be, God knows what's coming up there. But I find, if we look here, you can kind of see my activity on the phone. And if you've only been in the same couple of locations, you can see the odd one out, and from there you can uninstall it. You should be able to tap on it, go down. If it's a legitimate program, another thing as well, if it's a legitimate program, we should be able to tap on it. We should be able to go, where is it? It should have Google's Play. No. View on Play Store is what we want. So if you're skeptical about something to know if it's legitimate, click on it. Make sure the name up here usually matches up with the install name. So I've got com.android.chrome. For example, if you had data recovery and it had com.android and then a whole bunch of gibberish, I'd be removing that straight away. But if I scroll down the bottom here and go view on Play Store as well, to verify if it's a legitimate program, even if it's on the Play Store, it doesn't mean that it's legitimate. Yep, that's loaded up somewhere else. But if you have, where are we? That's loaded up the Oppo App Manager. But yeah, there are a few of my tips regarding cleaning up an Oppo phone that is full of malware. There is a lot of manual work involved in doing it, and you've got to get your phone at a runnable level before you can really start knocking that malware down. But once you start, you kind of get a snowballing effect, where the more that you delete, the faster the phone that becomes, and the easier it is to delete it. So depending on how infected your phone is, it might take 5 minutes, it might take 15 minutes, you might be battling it for an hour. There's some that I've seen that are that bad that you just keep battling it over and over and over, and it takes forever to knock out those first few bits of malware on that phone. Anyway, I hope that helps. Hopefully that helps you guys, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.